90 Day The Single Life. Sophie puts Liz on blast. Liz is falling for Vila Gino clashes with Natalie's friends. 90 Day The Single Life featured Sophie Sierra putting Liz Woods on blast, Liz admitting she's falling for Vila Gino Palazzolo failing to impress Natalie's friends, and Vanya Gerbich demanding answers from Tony during the Season 5 episode that aired Monday night on TLC. The fifth season cast of 90 Day The Single Life includes Colt Johnson, a 39-year-old from Florida, Courtney Reardans, a 34-year-old from Florida, Gino, a 56-year-old from Michigan, Kim, a 55-year-old from California, and Liz, a 33-year-old from Washington. The show also stars Pedro Jimeno, a 34-year-old from Georgia, Sophie, a 26-year-old from Texas, and Vanya, a 42-year-old from Florida. TLC previously teased that Season 5 will deliver raw emotion, unexpected twists, and the messy reality of finding love after heartbreak. Gino Palazzolo. Natalie had put Gino to sleep on the couch in her living room, but he decided to sneak into her bedroom in the morning. I felt a little lonely, so I kind of thought it would be a romantic gesture, Gino shared, adding how the couple cuddled and enjoyed each other. He noted, "It was actually intimate without having sex." Gino then asked Natalie to apply some lotion on his dry back. "If he wants to have a relationship with me, it's not going to happen overnight. He has to earn back my trust and earn back his place in my heart and in my bed," Natalie explained in a confessional. But Natalie admitted Gino had this swag to him that she couldn't resist. Natalie then invited Gino to join her at a friend's house for a potluck dinner that night. Gino knew meeting Natalie's friends was important, so he hoped to make a good impression. But due to his highly publicized split from Jasmine and how he had treated Natalie in the past, Gino lamented in a confessional, "They might not even give me a chance." Natalie was hoping that Gino could prove to her friends that he deserved another chance with her. What started off as a friendly gathering, however, quickly turned into an interrogation session about Gino's past. Gino was worried he'd never be able to win Natalie's friends over, and that they already disliked him. Gino insisted to one of Natalie's friends that he wasn't a player, and he was serious about a future with Natalie. One of Natalie's friends warned Natalie that Gino was still talking to other women, and seemed like he was hiding something because he couldn't make eye contact with her. The friend also said she didn't like Gino. This news was disappointing to Natalie, but she acknowledged that they weren't in an exclusive relationship yet. "I'm not going to put myself in a situation where I get hurt again. Absolutely not," Natalie insisted. "If he thinks he's going to make a fool out of me again, he's f***ing crazy. That's not going to happen." Pedro Jimeno. Pedro was upset because Sophie had told him that she wanted to pump the brakes on their romance and date other people. Sophie didn't want to be exclusive just yet, and so he vented to his little sister Nicole about the situation. Nicole could tell that Pedro was in love with Sophie, and so she was upset about her brother getting hurt. Pedro claimed that Nicole always gave great advice and was right about his ex-wife Chantel Everett, and so he looked to her for comfort and guidance. "I was not playing. I was serious from the beginning," Pedro lamented to Nicole. Nicole said Pedro deserved to be with a woman who would love him, take care of him and commit to him. "She is immature. She is 26. She is not a woman and is acting like a little girl," Nicole complained of Sophie. "When a woman is interested in a man, she will do anything to impress that man and be with that man." Pedro wondered if Sophie was just confused, but Nicole pointed out how confused people hurt people, and Pedro was going to be collateral damage. Pedro admitted that Sophie had won his heart, but maybe it was time to walk away. Regardless, Nicole promised her brother that she'd be there for him. "But to be honest, I think you are going to ruin your life again," Nicole concluded. Vanya Gerbich. Vanya's best friend Tony broke the news that he couldn't say yes to a relationship with her at the moment. "I can't fully commit to being exclusive, and I feel overwhelmed about making a decision on the spot," Tony confessed to Vanya. Vanya said she was super disappointed, and she wondered if she had misread his signals. Vanya said she and Tony had trust established, a close bond and similar life goals. "Seriously, what more could this guy want?" Vanya vented to the cameras. Vanya said she had dated men in the past who destroyed her trust, and it felt different this time with Tony. Vanya accused Tony of giving her mixed messages, and so she asked Tony to clarify how he felt about her and what he wanted their relationship to be. Tony complained in a confessional that Vanya tended to jump right into things while he liked to take his time in dating. Tony assured Vanya that she made him happy, and he wanted to have more dates with her and get to know her better. But Tony told Vanya that he didn't want to rush in and she'd have to give him some time. I would like a little bit more of a defined situation, but I guess it's a step in the right direction, Vanya told Tony. Vanya was upset Tony didn't want to run into the sunset with her, and so she said she'd be done with Tony if he couldn't commit to her in the near future. Kim Menzies. Kim decided to go to a party with friends in order to forget her family drama for one night. Kim explained how she always had feelings for a man named B, but she needed to find an emotionally stable partner. Kim gushed about how she lost 50 pounds and was feeling great, and then a handsome man named Joe showed up to the backyard party. Kim's friends were apparently trying to set her up with him. He's not really at eye level, but he's cute, Kim acknowledged of the music producer and father of one. Joe told Kim that she was beautiful and charming, and he told the cameras how she was a breath of fresh air. Joe and Kim appeared to hit it off, and Kim concluded at the end of the night that she liked Joe. Joe offered to walk Kim out of the party, and she gushed about how he seemed to be a good, genuine soul. The pair agreed to keep in touch. I really want to find love, and it's been a long time since I've even met anybody who is relationship material, Kim explained to the cameras. But at the same time, it's terrifying to think that I could get close to someone, tell him all about my past, and that could make somebody walk away from me. Liz Woods. Liz was shown going on another date with Vila. The pair went on a little kayak adventure together, and Liz remembered how her ex-boyfriend, Ed Brown, was such a little princess, because he was all about fine dining, wine, and a nightcap at home. And Liz joked about how Jason was a total homebody who viewed ordering chicken wings as a good time. Liz admitted to Vila that she tended to jump from one serious relationship to the next. I've never really been able to be feminine in a relationship, Liz explained, adding how Vila was coming across chivalrous and attentive. Vila is definitely the type of person that I want in my life, for sure. At the end of their date, Liz and Vila shared a romantic kiss. I think I'm really falling for Vila. It's almost this fairy tale dream come true, Liz gushed to the cameras. But I haven't told him yet about my cancer. I'm afraid it's going to make him want to run. It's kind of like, am I even worthy to date? Am I worth someone taking a chance on me? Because I don't even know if I'd want to date someone knowing that they're sick right now. Sophie Sierra. Sophie said she was pissed off at Liz for speaking negatively about her to Pedro, who wasn't answering any of her messages. Sophie claimed Pedro had ghosted her, and so she just needed to have fun at a bar and let loose. Sophie decided that she was going to enjoy her freedom. A hot doctor guy then approached Sophie at the bar and attempted to flirt with her. I like it. This is what I needed, Sophie told the cameras. Just as Sophie was mingling with this tall man, Liz arrived at the bar. Sophie did not acknowledge Liz when she arrived, and Liz said Sophie acted cold towards her. Sophie, Liz, and Natalie then sat down at a table, and Liz asked Sophie what was going on with Pedro. He's kind of been ghosting me. He was thinking I had a boyfriend or something, and I was like, why do you think that? And he told me, Liz made me feel like there's another guy, Sophie explained. Sophie recalled how Pedro had claimed that Liz had warned him to be careful with Sophie because she wasn't ready for a serious relationship yet. Liz admitted she was drinking that night and remembered Pedro telling her that Sophie was being distant. Sophie asked Liz why she had warned Pedro to be careful, and Liz essentially explained that she was trying to tell Pedro that he was coming on too strong. But everything I told you he knows, Sophie complained. If I said, be careful, I didn't mean it that way, Liz insisted. Liz told the cameras that she was concerned about Pedro hurting Sophie, and not the other way around. Liz said she was trying to tell Pedro to take it slow but not sabotage Sophie's romance with him. This is bullshit, Liz complained in a confessional. Liz apologized to Sophie, but Sophie was angry because she felt like Liz had made Pedro think that she didn't deserve him. I don't know what the FCK is going on. I feel like Sophie is looking for someone to blame for her relationship problems with Pedro, but she's not going to put the F-king blame on me, Liz vented in a confessional. Sophie yelled at Liz that she should have her back and not Pedro's back. 90 Day Fiancé. Before the 90 Days Season 8 couples ranked from solid to WTF. 90 Day Fiancé. Before the 90 Days Season 8 has been an incredibly eventful season so far. Season 8 features 8 diverse couples with unique love stories. The one thing they share, however, is the distance in their love. Every couple features one American partner and one international partner. These couples must decide if the distance between them is worth their love, and where they will head next if they choose to proceed. While all of the couples have their own pros and cons, some have far more solid relationships than others. Here is our official ranking of every Before the 90 Days Season 8 couple. From the most solid to WTF, Forrest Atwood Mackenzie and Sheena are definitely the most solid couple on Season 8. The two have been together for 7 years and have a strong connection to show for it. While Forrest's mother Molly somewhat disapproves of the relationship due to trust issues, Forrest has chosen to follow his heart. He proposed to Sheena and the two are now engaged. While not all of the couples this season will last, Forrest and Sheena's relationship will certainly survive. Surprisingly, Laura Nevener and her boyfriend Burkan are another solid couple this season. Despite their 21-year age gap, Laura and Burkan have a genuine connection and understanding of one another. The only thing holding Laura back from the relationship is her worries about Burkan's debt and gambling habits. Nonetheless, Laura and Burkan have shared many romantic moments together in Turkey, and a proposal could be on the horizon. Elise Benson and Joshua Lawson have only just been introduced on Season 8, but are already one of the more solid couples. The two met online and formed a fast connection. Elise has now traveled to Australia to meet Joshua, and their chemistry is quite apparent. While Joshua is hiding a female roommate from Elise, they seem to be on the same page about most other things. Elise and Joshua's relationship isn't perfect, but it's more stable than most of the others this season. Aviva Duhamel and Stig started off with a strong relationship this season, but recent drama has tainted things. The pair met online and after years of friendship, things turned romantic. Aviva is ready to start a life with Stig, but he's expressed a desire to take things slow. Recently, Aviva discovered that Stig might be seeing another woman, which has broken her trust in him. While they could work things out, this could also be the end. Jovan Fox and Annalyn Fox are the only married couple on Season 8. While they just met for the first time, they got married on Zoom several years ago. Jovan and Annalyn share a mutual love, but have some key differences. While Annalyn is a free spirit, Jovan is more strict. He is unhappy with some of Annalyn's spending habits, and wants her to have a less fiery personality. Jovan and Annalyn have some serious compatibility issues, which put the future of their marriage in jeopardy. Rick Van Vactor and Trish Stiley have had one of the most controversial relationships on Season 8. While they appear to really like one another, Rick hid a huge secret from Trish until recently. Rick had previously cheated on Trish with his ex from Colombia, which she was devastated to hear. Furthermore, Trish had expressed her desire to have children, whereas Rick is uncertain if he wants more. Rick and Trish are not a compatible match, and the chances of their relationship lasting are slim. Emma Perry and Ziad El Yayawi, already broken up. Emma Perry and Ziad El Yayawi had trouble getting along from the second they met in Morocco. The two had several disagreements over cultural and religious differences, and Ziad admitted he didn't see her as a future wife. Ultimately, Ziad decided to break up with Emma after she revealed that she had previously been engaged to another Moroccan man. It's unlikely that Emma and Ziad will get back together after all of the struggles that they faced this season. Lisa and Daniel WTF. Lisa and Daniel have arguably been the most chaotic couple on Season 8. They don't appear to have a genuine connection, and they have both hidden a lot of things from one another. Daniel has lied about dating other American women, while Lisa hasn't been honest about being married to women in the past. Lisa and Daniel are simply not a compatible match in any way, and their relationship will likely end sooner than later. 90 Day Fiancé. Before the 90 Days is available to stream on Discovery+. Tell us, who are your favorite couples on Before the 90 Days Season 8? 90 Day The Single Life. Sophie and Liz's argument, Pedro gets advice from Nicole. 90 Day Fiancé. Lisa appears to lose Daniel, Aviva stays with Stig after alleged cheating, Trisha forgives Rick. 90 Day Fiancé. Before the 90 Days featured Lisa devastating Daniel, Aviva giving Stig another chance after cheating allegations, Trisha forgiving Rick, Forrest giving his mother an ultimatum, and Elise and Joshua finally meeting during the Season 8 episode that aired Sunday night on TLC. The new season of 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days follows 8 Americans traveling to the Philippines, Belize, Turkey, Morocco, Madagascar, Nigeria, and Australia to get to know their online partners. The 8 Americans include Elise, a bold and outspoken woman who looked for love on 90 Day Hunt for Love earlier this year. Elise is apparently hoping to settle down with a man named Joshua from Australia. In addition to Elise, a 32-year-old from Florida, and Joshua, a 39-year-old from Australia, the show also stars Jovan, a 38-year-old from Alabama, and Annalyn, a 38-year-old from the Philippines, as well as Aviva, a 26-year-old from Arizona, and Stig, a 30-year-old from Belize. The rest of the couples are Laura, a 47-year-old from Washington, and Burkhan, a 26-year-old from Turkey, Emma, a 28-year-old from California, and Ziad, a 27-year-old from Morocco, Forrest, a 32-year-old from Oregon, and Sheena, a 40-year-old from the Philippines, Rick, a 52-year-old from California, and Trisha, a 25-year-old from Madagascar, and Lisa, a 51-year-old from Pennsylvania, and Daniel, a 39-year-old from Nigeria. In most 90 Day Fiancé, before the 90 Days cases, a pair of lovebirds are hoping to get engaged and begin the K-1 visa process. Below is what happened on episode 12 of 90 Day Fiancé. Before the 90 Days 8th season. Lisa and Daniel. Lisa woke up in bed with Daniel and was very upset because she had pooped all over the bed and all over her man. Lisa wondered if she had eaten something that disagreed with her, and she was extremely embarrassed. However, Daniel assured Lisa that it was okay, and he loved her no matter what. Lisa said Daniel must have been telling the truth after what he just had to deal with. Unfortunately for Lisa, Daniel already had a cooking class planned for the couple, so she intended to put a brave face on and try her best. Daniel explained how an Igbo woman needed to know, or learn, how to cook, and Lisa said she understood. She learned how to make oha soup during the class, and Daniel said it was delicious. After enjoying his soup, Lisa dropped a bombshell on her fiancé. Daniel apparently knew that Lisa had been married twice before, but she confessed that she had actually been married 5 times. Daniel appeared shocked upon discovering she'd be Lisa's 6th husband. Daniel asked why Lisa had never mentioned it, and she said he never asked. But Daniel didn't seem to care as long as Lisa had divorced the men. She explained how some of the men had cheated on her. Daniel asked what happened with the 5th man. We were married a few months and then they ran off to be with someone else. I recently located them and I filled out the divorce papers, but I am still married, Lisa admitted. Daniel put his head down in disbelief, and Lisa explained how she didn't want to turn down his marriage proposal in front of all of his friends at the airport. So I am sleeping with another man's wife? Daniel asked. Lisa clarified how she and this person were separated. Sleeping with another man's wife in my culture is a sin. They will banish you, Daniel complained. Lisa promised that she had been separated from this person for 9 years and she loved him. But Daniel was angry and overwhelmed. I never hid anything from you, Daniel vented. Lisa apologized repeatedly, but it wasn't making anything better. This is unbelievable, Daniel said. Lisa gave Daniel her engagement ring back and noted in tears, I'll leave. Daniel didn't immediately stop Lisa, who cried about how she didn't know what to do. Daniel said Lisa's lie brought so much shame to him and his family. Lisa got down on her knees and begged for forgiveness, but Daniel appeared devastated and disinterested. I am worried I have lost Daniel and there's no coming back from this, Lisa sobbed, adding, and Daniel doesn't even know my spouse is Ezzy. I haven't even been with a man for 21 years. I don't have any hope anymore. Lisa then FaceTimed her daughter and cried about how she didn't want to tell Daniel that she was still legally married to a woman. Lisa's daughter demanded she tell the truth, but Lisa cried about how she didn't want to lose the one. Forrest and Sheena. Forrest's mother Molly was angry and upset about her son's surprise engagement to Sheena. Sheena told Molly that she's an adult who can make her own decisions, but Molly admitted she was worried about Forrest and his future. We talked and she explained herself to me, Forrest told his mother, adding, she told me what was really up. Molly was concerned Sheena was going to continue to lie to her son, but Forrest said Sheena had promised she wouldn't and could prove herself. Molly just wished Forrest would give Sheena time to prove herself before getting married. We can't trust you, Molly told Sheena. Sheena admitted she was wrong, but she was trying to be better and do better for Forrest. She's a pathological liar, I'm thinking, Molly snapped. Molly thought Forrest would stay with Sheena even if she cheated on him, and so she was furious. Forrest said he wanted to marry Sheena and that was his own choice to make. Forrest didn't think his mother was acting appropriately, and so he said, "We're going to make things easy for you. Are you going to be a part of our lives or not? Mom, accept this proposal or you're not going to be a part of our lives." Molly mocked her son and called him a big man who could suddenly make his own decisions. Molly said she always had to protect Forrest because of his autism and he had been used and hurt before. Molly was convinced Sheena had manipulated Forrest just so he would propose to her. "I really feel like I have lost my son, and it makes me really sad," Molly cried in a confessional. Trisha and Rick. Rick asked Trisha what he could do to make things right after confessing he had lied to her. Rick had hooked up with his ex-girlfriend during a trip to Colombia, and Trisha said Rick constantly accused her of hooking up with her ex. Trisha said Rick was the one ruining their relationship, but Rick clearly wanted to fix things. "How can I trust you?" Trisha asked. Rick asked Trisha to forgive him, but she continued to cry. "It just hurts so much," Trisha cried. Rick promised that he'd never cheat on Trisha again, and would do his best to make it up to her. "Okay," Trisha conceded. Rick told the cameras that he felt grateful for the second chance and he was totally sincere in wanting their marriage to work. Trisha revealed that she decided to stay because she was already in love with him, but knowing he could cheat and lie like that really disturbed her. She wasn't sure if she could ever trust him again. Trisha was still going to follow through with introducing Rick to her parents, but they were hoping she'd marry a younger man who wanted children. Rick therefore wasn't sure if they'd like and accept him. Elise and Joshua. Elise was packing for her trip to Australia, and she said she could wait to meet Joshua in person. Elise wondered if she was going to meet Joshua's family, because she was going there to potentially meet her future husband. "It's been 6 months since I've had SEC, which is the longest I've gone without sex since I was a freshman in high school. I am literally a born-again virgin," Elise told the cameras. Elise claimed she wanted to take things slow with Joshua, and she wasn't looking forward to having his roommate around. Elise said Joshua was temporarily renting an apartment with his friend Chris for Elise because he couldn't afford it on his own. Elise said she would have split the cost with him had he asked, but he must have wanted to impress her and make her happy. Elise's friends were worried about Elise because Joshua struggled with money and didn't make the best decisions. According to Elise, Joshua is a yacht broker who took a boat that his company was selling out for a joyride with some of his friends and ended up crashing it into rocks. Joshua was therefore given a final warning at work. Elise just found out that Joshua lived with his parents and might lose his job, so these were red flags. Once Elise got to the airport, she was excited to see her love, but her visa was denied. She had put her heart and soul into Joshua, so she couldn't believe this was happening to her. Elise's visa was denied multiple times because she accidentally wrote her first name as her last name when she had applied for it, and so it didn't match her passport. Once the airport attendant caught the mistake, her visa was approved, and Elise was overjoyed to fly to Australia to meet the love of her life. About 28 hours later in Sydney, Australia, Joshua got the apartment looking nice and stocked with food. He said he was excited to meet Elise. Joshua had apparently been living with a female friend for 3 months, not his parents, and so Elise didn't know that. "It is really important to me that this worked out. I dragged her halfway across the world. But I feel a little embarrassed because I don't have a lot of stability in my life at the moment, and I know that's important to my girlfriend," Joshua told the cameras. "But I hope she'll see that I'm ready to get serious and settle down." Joshua was a nervous wreck, but so was Elise, who was exhausted and quickly got herself